Hey, Ephraim, do you know how much longer Rue has out at sea?
Yeah, there was actually a kobold who arrived yesterday with a big piece of paper. I think it was written by Rue, but it said something about him finally defeating some sort of giant and returning back to the cave.
It might be a few days, maybe a week, who knows? But I guess since you pulled in the last one, I'll pull in this one.
Yeah.
All right. Seems like an interesting fellow. And there we go. Hello there.
What? Wait a minute. Who are you?
Oh, hello.
And you. You both have to answer me. Who are you? I'm scared and I'm not afraid to have a heart attack.
Okay, please don't. I am Ephraim.
I'm sure I have multiple questions about that.
Ephraim and sure. Are you sure that's how that's pronounced?
I think you've got one too many syllables, but you're pretty close.
All right, fine. Oh wow. Is this your cave?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, look at these rocks. What's this? Some sort of igneous high silica. The cleavage is off the charts though. Look at that. It's big fracture points. How you get them pointed? This looks intentional. Whoever does your cave designing is terrific. I gotta say, that's some good design work. It doesn't look natural, or if it is, I have no idea where I am.
You were in the realm of forgotten memories and dreams, so I don't think you would know where you're at.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Don't worry, you're only here temporarily.
Still, what? Am I dreaming?
Sort of.
In a way.
Sure. Yeah, that's helpful. That's real cryptic. Should probably work on that for anyone else who shows up.
We've been trying for over a year.
You seem awfully blasé about this. Did you bring me here? Or am I just like here and I'm just wandering?
No, I brought you here.
All right, then I assume you have a reason.
Yes, I was wondering if we'd be able to interview you. You look like an interesting character.
But sure. Yeah, I'm very interesting. I've got all kinds of interesting facts.
And you do sure know your rocks.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about rocks. Rocks and dirt and sand and dust and all that good clean soil. You just shiver your toes in between it and feel the little bump and the soft, smooth, cool touch. It takes your soul right out of your body into the ground and back up through your feet. It's a breathtaking. I highly recommend it.
I would love to try it sometime. Maybe you can show me.
Sure.
We are the Delegation of Dreamers. And if you have a moment, why don't you have a seat?
Sure. I'll sit on this rock here. Are you dreaming too?
Not really. We didn't really catch your name, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm asking all the questions. I'm sorry. My name is Trouble. Trouble. It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
And how do you spell trouble?
Oh, the usual way. A little poke here, a side glance, and a little bit of invisibility sometimes. No, I mean, Trouble, usual way.
You spell trouble with difficulty.
Well, that's what makes it worth the time. Well, what do you need a little old gnome for? Anyway, I mean, I'm not that interesting.
Oh, you just said otherwise.
I guess. Sorry, I keep asking. Go ahead and ask your questions. I'll behave.
It's no problem. You can act up if you want.
Oh, thank God.
The gods know this one does.
Who are you talking about? Sure, Rue isn't here. So, Trouble, where are you from?
I'm from the forest, down in Rawlins, the southern end. It's nice. It's dark. It's smooth. It's cool. Lots of good, clean, like rich clay soil. The trees get big as 5 of me just one way across. And that's, with me like tip to toe to tip to finger. Good, clean stuff. I like the forest. It's nice. I like to wander around in there. It's not that much interesting, of course. I stay out of politics. That's why I live there.
Oh, Trouble, can you tell us about where you're from?
He just did.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I just did. Listen up.
Sorry, you're spacing out. I'm trying to deal with the goblins that are running around here.
We got goblins in here.
We've always got goblins.
Oh, I've killed a number of them. I've fought them and I've befriended them. I tell you what, every goblin I've ever met was dumb as a rock. And that's coming from someone who likes rocks, you know? Half of the ones I've met were high on some kind of edible mushroom.
Why would you say that rocks are dumb, though? Because from my experience, they mostly stay out of trouble.
Well, that's exactly the point. They stay out of everything. They're quiet. You know, metal has this loud buzz going on with it. It's always speaking and talking and chattering away. Wood is nice. It hums. It talks to you in a low, quiet kind of whispery lullaby. But stone is really peaceful. It's absolutely quiet because it's dead and it was never alive in the first place. And I like it. It's very peaceful. So if you got nothing going on upstairs, you're dumb as a rock.
They're rather sneaky if you think about it. You turn around, there's always a rock there. You never heard it coming up on you.
True.
I like that. Yeah.
Apart from rocks, do you have any friends?
Friends? Yeah. I mean, lately, well, there's Andreas. He's nice. Porsche's something else, or was. And you know, there is all right, but it doesn't talk much. Mostly just about water or fish or something. I try not to listen. I don't like the water. Etheria gave me a bath once against my will. That was not nice. They shampooed my hair. It was all clean. It took me years to get that dirt coat going, but then there's Oon. Oon's my what was my best friend.
What happened to him?
Oh, stuff happens. They went to sleep. They're dreaming right now. Are they here? Can you bring them here? I'd love to talk because it's been a while.
We might be able to, but it might take a bit to track people down.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind, call me back when you're able to get a hold of Oons.
Absolutely.
It's been a bit. Yeah. Next question.
How did you meet Und? You seem fond of him.
I don't know. It's hard to say anymore.
And just to make sure, Und isn't one of your pet rocks, is it?
No, I don't have pet rocks. I have rocks, but they're not pets.
He's not one of your friend rocks.
He's a friend. Well, it's hard to say how I met Und. The days rub together. After a while, you just have fun hanging out with people and walking through the woods. Walk this way, walk that way, and you make ice cream one day, tie down a deer and milk it, and then the next day, you're teaching them the ways of the earth, and then the next day they fall asleep and they don't wake up for too long.
With the deer?
Sure, yeah, the deer. Oh, Und.
But how did you meet Und?
I just say I don't really know. The days they just rub together.
Well, about the rest in your party.
Oh well, that's actually a funny story. I met Andreas and Portia. Etheria came like a while later, but those two, the kids, as I call them. I mean, Andreas he's like a teenager. I don't know, 17. Portia's younger. I don't know, she's 12 or something. Maybe not even a teen. 13. I don't know. They found me outside of a crypt. I was just camping there, and they come up out of nowhere and start asking for me by name. And I'm like, I don't use my name. I haven't. Yeah, I go by Trouble. But it's not really my name.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's Zebob. But yeah, they go looking for Zebob, Dubel-Trubel by name. And I'm like, well, I don't know these people. Why do they know me? Why do they know I'm here? I just wandered in today. How do they know? Turns out they were like sent here to find me for help by some jackass in the city, and I have no idea. I'm scared for my life, so I pretend that I'm not who I am. I just say, "Oh, I'm Trouble." Well, actually, they turned out to be really nice and safe. I just didn't trust them for a long time, but they wanted to go into the crypts down there in underground, and I like it under there, so I helped them out. And plus, I had to keep an eye on them because, I mean, if someone came up and you didn't know them, they were asking for a name that was your name, but you didn't use it. Oh, you would be freaking out.
Completely agree.
I guess I would be freaked out.
They turned out to be pretty nice.
What were they trying to find in the crypts?
Oh, I think they were just treasure hunting.
Oh, okay.
I think they killed a mailman or something and stole the mail. Like, that's a huge federal offense.
Yeah.
Can't mess with a male. There was something about that. That came up later. I think they were just trying to rob the graves. I didn't care for all the gem and silver and stuff, but they had some nice gemstones down there. I said, well, I'll just liberate these. And I worship the rocks, so clearly I should have these, and you can have the rest. And that's how I got a nice moonstone and some quartz. I keep them around, knocking around inside my shoe.
Hmm.
It cannot be comfortable.
Oh, it's not so bad. Well, I got a little secret compartment in there because I make shoes. That's what I used to do for a living. That and masonry, obviously.
Obviously, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I never got paid, so I never worked a day in my life. I loved it.
So before you went out wandering, you lived somewhere safe and quiet?
Well, I mean, not really safe or quiet. Most days, yeah. Once or twice a week, maybe every other week, something scary would happen, but no, we're good at hiding.
Did you live alone or did you have a family?
Oh, I used to have a big family. I had all my kids and a beautiful wife. They were a lot of good for me. Sandy's my oldest. She's pretty nice. Hans is like my second son, and he's just a big old doofus. He's not actually all that smart, but he's all right. Zebulon and Jenny, Johann, Otto, Sebastian, and yeah, it's even hard to remember all their names. Kirsten and Magnolia. I mean, Bonnie Joe, that's the last of them. I had a lot of kids. It's hard raising them. They're all gone now. They moved away.
Your wife too?
Uh, no, she didn't. I know where she is. She didn't move.
So sorry.
Oh no, I didn't mean to imply that she's gone. She is, but I didn't want you to pick up on that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, it's change. So I don't want to talk about negative much.
I'm just trying to figure out what drove you to adventuring.
They're all gone, so I had nothing to do. So I just move. Try my hand at something fun.
How about this? When did you start trusting your party?
Oh, yeah. Well, I trusted Oons first, actually, because we met Oons a while after I met Andreas and Portia. I trusted Athera right off the bat because they were just, in my opinion, they were a little simple-minded. They talked about the sea and loving the sea, and it's like, well, I don't understand it, but I trust you because you don't have any ulterior motive. Und I trusted because they were after the two who were looking for me by name. After a while, I think I just forgot that I didn't trust them anymore.
And that's when you revealed your true name to them?
Oh, yeah, Zebob, Dubel. I've got other names. I love my nickname, my adventuring. I don't really use it, and I don't like people saying it, but it is funny. They used to call me Bob Blood Loss Ross because I saved a village, half a village from a mudslide. I saved a lot of lives, so they gave me that because I'm a healer. I'm dangerous if I need to be, but I like to heal.
How do you save people from the mudslide?
I'm an earth mage, cleric, technically, but I mean, I'm not really religious. I move the ground, so I can swim through it if I need to and pull people out. Or if I'm tired and I'm not able to do that anymore, I can just slowly shift it around. I mold the earth at my will. There's only so much time in the day, so a lot of people die, but I saved about half of them.
Actually, rather amazing.
It's not.
Depends on how many he saved. Was it a big town? Small town?
No, it's just a little. It's not that amazing. I don't like to talk about my past. Sorry, I'm not all that good to be interviewed. I guess I just keep not wanting to talk.
You're fine. There's no worries. Well, if you don't like talking about your past, how about we talk about your present?
Oh, all right.
What's the current adventure you're on?
Well, I mean, currently we're trying to figure that out. Actually, we just finished taking over a whole freaking castle that Andreas just inherited out of nowhere. That's some self-insert power fantasy like novelette right there. It's ridiculous, but he gets a whole castle out of nowhere. And I'm happy for him, but turns out, of course, it's been besieged by hobgoblins.
The hobgoblins.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we had to go in and rescue it from all of them. We got some help along the way. We some bugbears that we were fighting, and we were actually going to kill them, but I convinced them to worship the stone and the earth. I mean, I don't think they really cared, but I kind of forced them into it because we were going to kill them otherwise. And we got some help taking the castle back. It was a good time. A lot of, motivational speeches and rallying, friendship, and the power of weapons.
Our friendship always prevails.
Well, I mean, it usually does, but, it never does. You want it to, but someone always leaves in the end.
I mean, we'll still be here for a good long while.
I mean, you know what they say. Some of us are made of stone, and some of us die alone.
Oh,
Yeah, I try to be made of stone. Tougher stuff, but no one ever really is. We're still flesh. Or wood in Portia's case. Portia's just a fucking puppet. A sweet puppet, but kind of stupid.
so one of your party members is a puppet. Are the other party members rocks?
No, Andreas is like a human kid.
Oh, okay.
I think Portia lies about her age.
For a moment, I thought you were just like wandering alone with your rocks and wooden puppet.
No, Portia walks around on her own, and if you could get mooned around, I'd love to talk to them. Portia, maybe, but I mean, come on, really? They were nice, but they fell into a coma at some point, just out of the blue, and so did Und. Oh, and we swapped out. I mean, I don't like to say we swapped out Portia, but when they fell into a coma, we got a whole nother party member to hang out with, to walk around with, but they just felt so much like Portia. I kept forgetting that it wasn't her. I tried not to dwell on things that bother me like that, losing people.
I mean, you still have the memories, so they're never really gone.
Well, the memories go too.
And they end up here.
Yeah, they'd be nice. You get old like me, you just slip away.
Well, maybe we can find some that you've lost here. This is the realm of forgotten memories.
I think I mostly prefer to just keep walking. My past has been heavy.
A rolling stone, as they say.
It's more like a mountain tumbling down on top of me. It's been hard, so I prefer to just move forward.
So, do you ever see yourself settling down again, or do you think you'll just keep moving on?
Well, this is a dangerous world out here. There are monsters the size of, like, whole cities made of bones and shadows, and worse things somewhere else. I'm sure covens of witches holding up the whole territories, or vampires or something. It's all terrible, but I'm never gonna get to settle down again. I'm already old. I'm not gonna make it far enough where I'm gonna be able to retire safely, comfortably. Like I said, we all die alone someday.
Out of curiosity, going back to your quest, you say you were taking over a castle or reclaiming a castle.
Oh yeah, Andreas, the lucky bastard. I'm happy for him, but wow, he gets a whole castle. Yeah. Well, what about it?
What did you say that it was overtaken by?
Oh, hobgoblins.
How did hobgoblins manage to take a castle? Was it just an army that rode in?
Honestly, I don't know. The previous lord of the land died or something. I don't know how they got it, but when we kicked them out, oh, it was a great fight. I tell you, great fight. Portia was all scared and like, oh, I'm not sure I can do it. And I said, Portia, you're a powerful spellcaster. There's nothing that you can't do. All right, we'll make it together. Portia, I mean, bless her wooden heart. She did well. Says, you know what? I believe you, Trouble. I believe you. I believe the same. You, anything I can do, you can do. I'm like, well, that's not true. I can't ovulate, but I get the point.
Oh, God. I can see why you named Trouble.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. Tell you what, after we took the castle, it was nothing but politics and talking to the delegations of representatives of this town and that town and Cowtown. Well, we renamed one of them Cowtown because we really like ice cream. We try to make it whenever we can, but the world's against you on that one. It's hard to get. They've made me promise not to make any trouble, and I was having a bad day, so I said okay. I didn't make any trouble, but I farted so bad I nearly gassed out some pretty important people. They were mad at me.
Since you mentioned making ice cream, I feel like I have to ask for Rue's sake. Do you also make milkshakes?
Oh no, I should try that next time. I haven't done that. No, we only managed to make the ice cream one time. Portia cast a spell on a mother deer and her fawn, made him fall asleep. So I ran up and I tied the mother up with a rope, and we milked it. And then we had some wild blackberries, and Andreas froze it all with the spell, and we had ice cream. There are whole towns, whole villages of people with sheep, and they don't milk the sheep. They just make wool and eat the sheep. And like, what a waste.
Yeah, well, some people don't like milk.
Yeah, but cheese, dairy is life. Anyway, do you have any other questions? Yes, I'm in a happy mood. I'll answer them as best as I can.
What's one of your favorite rocks?
Oh, my favorite rock. This one. This is a cute little one. It's got like a little yellowish green dot here, and then another one here. And the scratch marks and the shape, it almost makes it look like a cat's head. I like it a lot. It's a conglomerate. I like that one a lot.
It's adorable. Where'd you get it?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think it just showed up one day. I picked it up and said, "Oh, nice rock." I mean, if you don't pick up nice rocks when you go walking around, who even are you?
Is it nice, though, to kidnap the rock from their rock friends?
Dumb as a rock. Ain't nothing going on upstairs, so they don't care. Perfectly peaceful and quiet.
Maybe the rock wants to adventure.
Well, if you want to personify that, you know what that's called? That's the pathetic fallacy. It's a literary term. The pathetic fallacy to personify something that isn't alive.
Sort of like with your wooden doll friend?
What? No, Portia is a person, and they're alive. They walk and talk, and they're weird. You can fill them up with pig's blood to fight a vampire. And
What?
That seems oddly specific.
well, Portia was an odd person.
Is there a story behind that pig's blood?
Well, I mean, I could use more words to say it, but basically just that. But we were fighting vampires. The undead army took over the city, run by a lich, and they had thousands of enemies. And there was a vampire, and we said, "Oh, we got to take out this vampire because we got to help save some of the soldiers." And they tried to gang press us into war, and they handed me a weapon. I do not hold weapons. I don't touch them. But Portia wanted to fight the vampire, so she's hollow, so we filled her up with pig's blood, and it didn't do a damn thing. But it was funny watching it happen. And the flies were after her for days. It took forever to wash her out.
Who came up with that idea?
I don't know. I think, heck, it might have been me, but I think it was Portia. See, Etheria wasn't there yet.
Did it work as a distraction, or?
Well, I mean, it was disturbing. I tell you that because he was leaking. So it might have distracted the vampire, but I don't know how much it helped.
I mean, that just sounds like a fun party.
No.
Well, you do you, friend. You do you.
And not the celebration kind of party. Like a kind of party that you travel with.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Yeah, well, yeah. A little chaos and fun.
Who doesn't love a little chaos and fun?
And a little trouble. That's me. I'm little and I'm trouble.
I completely agree.
Thank you. This really is a nice cave. Where does the lighting come from?
Oh, crystals.
Nice. You have any? I'll check those out later on my way out.
But out of curiosity, with the amount of trouble you get into, you must be getting in trouble with a lot of different creatures. What's one of the weirdest creatures you fought?
What's in the mushroom-eating goblins? Fruitcakes. That's a hard one to think of. I'm really not sure. You know what? There was a ghost or a specter or something in that crypt where Andres and Portia found me. They were really personable. Like, they had attitude. And I had totally understood. I was like, "Hey guys, no, we didn't mean to interrupt you. We just wanted to clear out the whatever else is down here that shouldn't be." They were just having at it. We didn't fight them all because some of them just wanted to be sleeping and left alone. That's probably, I'd say, the weirdest because I've never met such a vocal and not impersonable like nice, but like very personified pathetic fallacy and all that. Just this active talking yappity yap, intense undead person.
Yeah, it's better when the dead stay dead.
Oh yeah, totally. That's why they go here. Am I catching on right?
Uh, yeah, long after you're dead and forgotten, then you end up here.
Oh, so this is like the afterlife after the afterlife.
Yeah,
You could say that, yeah.
Well, what comes after this?
nothing.
Oh, thank God. You can't just go on forever. You have to end somewhere. Otherwise, you're going to go out of your mind.
Yeah,
Sweet oblivion. That's why I like the rock. It's quiet. You can't go on forever.
yeah. This is the last bus stop.
The only ones who can go on forever are the rocks. But we're not rocks. We're not made of stone. We die alone. I'm sorry, I keep quoting that damn song. It's catchy though.
Does sound it. I'll check it out later.
You mentioned that Und was your best friend, but you never told us what happened to them.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Did they just leave the party?
Well, no, no. I think I said that they're in a they're sleeping. They're sleeping, and that they should be here somewhere if you can bring them.
I mean, after this, we'll certainly take a look and see if we can bring you both in sometime. But I just want to preface this. You can talk and say whatever you need to here. All memories will end up here anyway, but we just want to make sure you know that you're safe.
Is that so?
Now this information leaves us.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah. Okay, why not? God, sure. After this, I can wake up and forget all that I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, then fine, sure. Und is asleep. They call it a coma, some kind of long sleep. Portia's the same way. We don't know what's happening to everybody. Just out of the blue, it just happens. I mean, I kind of blame myself for Und, but I mean, I didn't have anything to do with Portia. It's probably something else, some kind of curse. I don't know.
Why do you blame yourself for Un?
I kind of I'm an old man, and Und isn't that old. Und barely remembers most of their life. A lot of amnesia. So I'm the oldest one out of everybody, all my friends. And it's not how long you live; it's how much. And when someone forgets, you really got to take them under your wing. So I was teaching Und, all about the Earth. Here's a lesson here. The Earth, it's change. It's slow and methodical, and it's comfortable wherever you are. Earth it's the element of change. The rocks, they change, they grow into mountains, and they fall into valleys forever. And you might think that it's the element of perpetuity, but it's really not. It's always change. Water, now that Ethera go on about that. Ethera, yeah, it was all about water, and I don't like it because it's the element of rest. It never wants to do anything but sit down. And North is quiet, but it's always moving forward, like me. So I was teaching Un all about that. Here's a lesson: eat this rock salt, and that'll be. It's how you start the hard path. And there's two ways of Earth. There's the hard path, like the rock, and the soft path, like the sand. You can always take the hard path first, but once you get off of it, you can't get back on. You can always move to the soft path. I respect Und. He wanted the hard path, so I taught him. I said, we're going to climb to the top of this castle. It's made of stone, and you're going to feel every stone along the way. I'm going to blindfold you so you can't do anything but feel it. And kind of as a joke, but mostly because it's a real lesson. I tricked Und. I had them tied to a rope for safety, but I let go and kicked them off. And I, of course, I knew what I was doing. I jumped right down, dove into the earth, and swam back up to heal them, so they wouldn't be too badly hurt. But they fell into a coma like the next day. So I kind of blame myself. I'm sure it wasn't me because Portia coma too. It's something else, I'm sure. But I'm just so lonely, and I keep losing everybody that matters to me.
Hmm.
I can understand that.
Maybe they weren't ready for that experience yet.
It really wasn't about the Earth in that way. I mean, feel the Earth hit you. It makes an impact. It's part of it, but it was also, had to teach you everything else first. That lesson was about the wind, the air. And that's the element of movement.
It's rarely the wind that hurts you after a fall.
I mean, I'll say this: I make an impact when I hit the ground. No, nothing.
No,
No, I'm not in the mood to laugh now. I'm sorry.
I understand.
yeah, read the room, Ashura. Come on.
I'm trying to lighten.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
We appreciate you too.
Thank you. If it's all right, I'd like to wake up now.
I'll tell you what, because I don't want you waking up in tears. We're going to do our best to find your friend. We're going to do our best to get you to have a reunion.
Thank you. Please do. I miss Oon.
Absolutely. But until then, have a good awakening.